at first, I think we were just hanging out. I think I'd come by, we just like chop it up, talk about ideas. And then eventually you're like, yo, you need to have a subscription service for like fans who really fuck with you. And I was like, bro, I've seen it. Yeah. I've heard it all, Chase. Like I've been down this road before. Like OnlyFans is doing it now. Like, why don't I just do OnlyFans? And you're like, no, dude. I think I could make you a platform where you could own all of it, where you don't have to, you're your own boss. And it's a community of people who really fuck with you, where you don't have to worry about getting canceled, don't have to worry about saying something fucked up, and you're rewarding your most active fans. And so then we built the Maverick Club, and this is how this relationship has continued to develop, because I'm obsessed with this club as a creator, like knowing I have a place where I can just post and do whatever I want with people who appreciate me is crazy.
I'm gonna tear up.
Honestly, I'm so used to every creator is so used to just being critiqued about every little thing you do. Like I won't send 90% of tweets like, y'all should see my drafts, just thoughts I have, because I'm afraid some fuck ass is gonna say some dumb shit that I just don't want to hear. And in this club, it's all so positive, and
zero fuck ass.
It's a cool way. It's a cool way for both people to give back and just like reciprocate energy. And so I told him about it. I told some other people about it. I told him about it. Ironically, I think we all have clubs now, which is awesome.
Overtime crew. And it sounds cheesy, but like when he was like, "You're gonna love it," and I was like, "All right, buddy." But like,
no, because you fall in love with it.
The people just are they fuck, and they're not weird. That's the part. So I thought they were gonna be weird, bro. I thought they were gonna be fucking weird.
You're like, wait, you want to subscribe to Bubba Town?
What's good? $20 a month. They're gonna fucking be weird, right, bro?
No, they're great.
Deep conversation.
I know.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I know.
This is literally like a full-blown relationship, and it's not weird at all.
It elevates the engagement and the conversation on both ends of the dichotomy, right? Or on both ends of the spectrum. You've got a creator now able to put out the content they actually want to create. It is not elevated by an algorithm that rewards certain thumbnails or titling. It is seen. It is you delivering completely and only what you want to deliver, and is received by people who only want to see what you deliver and what you want to deliver. So what it does is it facilitates this really symbiotic relationship between the viewer and the creator that is then elevated even further by the ability to have a conversation with that person. If somebody direct messages me, yo, like there was a part in your book around page 47 where you said this, what did you mean by that? This is the only place in the world where I can give them a paragraph long answer or FaceTime them or wherever it is. So I think it was a necessary step for not only influencer and creator, but for celebrity to take that relationship to the next step.
I agree.
To the next level.
And I think that as a consumer, it's going to really start taking off soon. And what I think that is, I think people are realizing what the most valuable commodity is here, and it's time. And people are like, well, YouTube's free. I'm like, well, is it? Because when you start out watching Logan's video, and now I'm on yours, and then yours,
double ads now.
And now I'm correct.
Not one video without double ads.
Correct. And let's talk about that. When you watch a movie, when you're trying to get into a movie, a piece of content, do you want it disrupted? Doesn't that mess the flow? That'd be like having sex. Be like, hang on, let's stop real quick. Let's go for a little run and come back and continue, right? It's like you don't want interruptions with emotional interactions. And it's like you definitely don't want them with like weird things that could throw people off, right? How do you continue this content? So for us, we look at it like you guys are already selling your content, right? You sell it to a platform. A platform sells it to an advertiser, and an advertiser sells it to the client, right? So the money's being made. People consume all the time. I wanted to build something, and you guys are the ones who build it. Like I'm just laying the concrete on the road, but I wanted to help facilitate something that would allow people to take that path and control it entirely.
And so your thesis proved out to be correct, and thus is Subify.
Correct.
Do you feel like Subify is competing with OnlyFans in a way? Because it's kind of a similar model.
Fair.
I think Subify is obviously you have more access, and
I think
the
we're
brand
like
is different, but
like the gold standards is I'm a little biased, but like I think we are, but I think we're as similar as a Rolls Royce is to a Honda Civic. And I'm not saying like they suck, because they're obviously phenomenal. But what I'm talking about is you're super creative. You're super creative. You, my friend, are super creative. Why would you want a platform that's something / Logan Paul, super uncreative. You live in their world. You don't get any say in this. And then what happens when someone else does something bad and affects you, or you want to go change over here and do something different or move this over here? Like, you have zero freedom as a creator. And so, like, we like to give these people the option of like controlling what they work hard for. What happens if OnlyFans goes under? What happens if they get embroiled in some crazy lawsuit? What happens if YouTube becomes the next Vine? What happens if people keep putting all of their eggs in someone else's basket? I never tell people to stop what they're doing. I just tell them to think about their future, because people at your guys' level and a lot of these creators, you have built arguably your own broadcast centers. Like, bro, you had a Pokemon unboxing that was like breaking every record. It was fucking Pokemon boxing, which I fuck with, but I'm just saying, like, you know how crazy that is? Yeah. So again, just giving you guys the fluid control of your own, destination is amazing. And listen, I get so many people who hit me up and talk about A, how it's so unfair that all you are in your club and that they hate me for it, or B, how it's so crazy you're on the club all of the time.
Yeah, I try to post as much as possible, at least once a day. But it's also cool because it's almost impossible to post too much.
Yep.
I could just dump whatever, and yeah, people are upset because I no longer really post on YouTube.
That's what I was just gonna say. I was gonna ask you. It's like, do you ever feel the receiving end of any of the Logan Paul fans that aren't?
Yeah, I got death threats. I told you about that shit. People
You're the reason. You're the reason.
They're absolutely. These kids are really good investigators. They're like, you did this. I'm like, I'm just a nice guy responding to my Instagram messages. Probably should stop. But I'm like, I did what? They're like, you destroyed Logan Paul for me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I promise you it's worth it. Right? It's like, people spend money on the most asinine stuff in the world. Why not spend money where you get value given back to you? Like, truly. And we only really work with creators who are amazing. I mean, like, that care about their fans. I always, one of the big things is like, how do I give back? I always know right away when a creator says, well, how do I give back to my community? I'm like, I want to fuck with you.
Yep.
Like, right away, I'm like, because when the power's in your hands and the revenue comes to you, amazing stuff happens, right? And it's really fun to watch that. Like I said, I can't wait for all the future stuff you do. I'm excited to see who you put on
Fly
yours.
out.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Even I might show up. You know what I'm saying?
You should come to it. You should come. I told them they could be a kind of like a creator of their choice.
Yep.
But, there's probably limits to that. But, it's going to be fun. This has been a premium solution, far more premium than OnlyFans.
Yep.
Fully branded. Access to the creator, conversation, different content, giveaways, a lot of stuff that's not offered on their system.
Yep.
But you don't really have to talk about Subify here because you're seeing it catch on. I'm seeing more and more creators start to sign up for Subify. More and more creators are putting it out. Bryce Hall is absolutely crushing it on Subify.
I love the kid. Great kid.
Who else? We've got a number of people.
Yeah, we like to keep.
You've been talking.
We like to keep it a little low and on the radar and let you guys take the credit for it. But yes, we've been doing very, very well. And Bryce Hall is like, shout out all those TikTokers. A lot of people in the space says TikTokers can't make no money. They like typecast them. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, that's just no problem. Young man is not only killing it, but like, we have algorithms that run all the data to see what people are saying. People are enamored by it. He is in love with it. Like, the message he sends me is like, bro, it's so nice to be me. I'm constantly ridiculed. This is like dope.
Yeah.
And it's like, it also, for someone like us, I get to see like these kids shine. And there's something really, it's just like you guys. It's something really cool to watch amazing people in the cut, like crafting their excellence. It's like, it's intimidating, but inspiring, right? Instead of being around shit people all day, you're watching someone who does something completely different than you crush it.
Damn, I just talk about my sex life on there a lot.